y'all, we back. So my name is comedian Allison Moore. Like Stefan said, I am Virginia's comedian. I'm always gonna shout out Virginia, y'all. So I do my 2 up, 2 down. But if you got dyslexia, hold on, look, I got your back. And people ask me all the time, they're like, how in the world do you get to be Virginia's comedian? And I'm like, okay, well, funny story. I am Virginia's comedian, not because I am born and raised from Virginia, both my parents. No, not because of that. Not because I have tried my best to put us on the map. In this here season, I've opened for great comedians, the legends like Sinbad, Martin Lawrence, Ricky Smiley. Look, I gotta say and space out my list, Judge your mama. I am Virginia's comedian, though, y'all, really. We family, because I am on the Virginia natural gas commercial. So look, okay, so for all of our Carolinas, South Carolina, North Carolina, shout out to you and everybody else who was on. A little inside around here in Virginia. In these streets, we got our gas company, right? Virginia Natural Gas. They call me, your girl, to be the energy efficiency campaign, the face, right? I could think that there's some shade there, but I'm not trying to look into it, okay? I'm just happy about the opportunity, but it does not matter that I have done all of these other things. The streets in Virginia are proud of me because I am the face of the energy efficiency campaign for our gas company. All my life I had to fight, y'all, but it's all right, we're here now. We are here, and I am excited to be here. In addition to being a stand-up clean comedian, and I'm a clean comedian, which means I don't curse on stage. But I would, okay, keep going, okay. In addition to that, though, I am founder of Black Please Coffee, and so I'm really proud about our coffee business that I've been growing since I met you all 2 years ago. But I am a comedic motivational speaker, and so today we're gonna laugh a little bit, if that's okay with you, because I don't like to talk too much about the coffee business right now, because I just wanna let you all know I'm a little hurt. Because y'all got those boxes. Do you see the boxes? I need y'all to take some pictures for the boxes. If you have not gotten your box yet, you will get it. But I want you to know on that box, if you look closely, it's my blood, sweat, and tears. If you rip some of that tape, you can see some of my skin cells. But I'm proud. It's all right. Still I rise, right? Still I rise. And as an MBE, we understand we do what we got to do. And we elevate our services and our offerings. And so I'm so excited that I had the opportunity to be a part of that with those other great sponsors. So thank you. But let's get into this comedic motivational speaking, if that's okay. Now, so I like to ask for permission when I do my performances. When I'm here to tell jokes, I gotta ask, do I have your permission to make you laugh? Are you in the mood to feel better? This is the beginning of the BOC conference. We got growth mindset on the top of our mind, and I wanna help you make this a great experience, but you gotta ask. I need your permission, because here's why. And I've been doing this for a long time now. People don't like to, some people, not all of you, but there are some people who they want to make you work for the laughter. Is that any of y'all? They're like, oh, she a comedian? She better be funny, because I don't laugh at anything. Like it's hurting my feelings. I'm like, I could tell, ma'am, that you ain't laughing in 17 years. It's written all over your face. And some of y'all need to laugh. That's what's wrong. You got your stomach hurt, you're stressed, because you haven't laughed. So do I have your permission? Come on, I only got 15 minutes, all right? Let's lean into this, because I want to make you laugh. I feel like that laughter, it resets the brain. Laughter, it helps you, it makes you feel better, right? But it also stamps learning. So this is it. When you laugh at something, you remember it, and it helps you, it triggers you to that experience. And I want today for us to remember this. I don't want us to forget. So 2 years ago, we started I was the opening speaker for the BOC in 2019. And so shout out to everybody who was at that event, and we made it, y'all. Look, we done made it through a whole pandemic. Well, we're still in the pandemic. Are we still in the pandemic? I'm so confused. I don't know. I think we in pandemic B or something. We in the second half. We're still here, but we made it through the beginning, right? And shout out to all MBEs and everybody else who's on this call that was like, what the heck happened? We're here now, the dust is settling, and so now this is the time where we move forward. I'm really excited about the topic, growth mindset, because that's what a lot of people are thinking. We're talking about going from millions to billions, but here's the question, how you get there? Anybody? Because I've been trying, I've been growing. My mind said it don't work. You close your eyes and stretch your neck, it don't work. I have tried, y'all, for real. But growth mindset, it can happen. Or that millions to billions, that transition, it can happen. So like when I mentioned, when I did the morning opening speech for the BOC in 2019, I had just suffered, my family had just had a whole traumatization, y'all. My family had a house fire. So those of you who were there, you remember my children were, I told the story, my teenagers, they were cooking French fries, burned the whole house down. The whole house, y'all, not just a little bit. Woo! And I made it to that point, and we were talking about that moment where even in the midst of challenge, even in the midst of trauma, we still got to figure out how are we creative? How can we be productive? How do we move through this? It's like that whole work-life balance stuff, right? But when you're the work and it's your life, woo, that balance, where's the balance? And so we talked about that. Well, since then, because at that time I announced that, hey, I had this bright idea, I wanted to have a coffee company. I was a stand-up comedian that did not want to be funny, because when your house burned down, all you see is soot. It ain't nothing funny with soot, okay? I tried. I had as many jokes as I could, but the soot was too much, okay? But I realized I need a product. I need more than just, if I'm gonna get paid, the only way I can get paid is if I showed up. And so that started me being in the network of people, being introduced to professionals on the other end of this Wi-Fi that I'm hoping that y'all can see me and hear me. Was this moment where I'm like, man, I need to level up. I need a product. I need to put something on the shelf. I'm gonna do coffee. Now, anybody tell me anybody tell me how hard that was for me to just pull coffee out the sky? Where was y'all at? Y'all too busy laughing at me. Ain't nobody tell me, hey girl, do you know anything about coffee? You need to know something about it to sell it? I didn't. Oh, it was witty, right? Because I was really creative. I was being booked in the morning. I have a background in business. I'm a proud Norfolk State University Spartan. Behold, I have a master's degree in human resources from George Washington. I don't know what that thing is, behold. George Washington is still working on their diversity, so I got to get them something. I can't. This is Norfolk State, George Washington. We're going to do a thumbs up. That's what we're going to do. Norfolk State, behold, and George Washington. We got a thumbs up. Equity, baby steps. Okay. Stay focused, y'all. So my background was in human resources, which, me being a clean comedian on stage, and my HR background pushed me to do morning events, right? And so that's where I'm like, hey, I want to do coffee. And so since that time, since the idea in 2019, I've had the great opportunity to connect with an investor. We're growing the business. You see that coffee in my blood in that bag? We out here. And so now I'm excited, just like you other MBEs, about what's happening next. How do we go to this next step? Because I don't want to be broke. I'm ready to take my stuff to the next level like you. And now that I'm like, I can make it through pandemic A, I could do anything, right? So I want to say real quick, 3 strategies. These are I call them 3 strategic planning strategies. Now, I know I said strategic and strategies, but look, I got about 7 big words in my spirit, and you're going to get all of them. And strategic and strategies is 2 of the 7, okay? All right. So here go 3. It's really 2.5 for my spades players, 2 and a possible, but you know what? Judge your mama, okay? So we have these 3 things that, like, when I'm thinking about how did I go from 2019 to here, and how am I going to go from the millions to the billions? Here go my 3. Y'all ready? First thing. My community, MooreLaughing, right, is the name of my community. That's the name of my business. We have this philosophy where we can transform our lives in a year, but it requires some reverse engineering. And it's the this time next year concept. Where do you want to be this time next year in whatever that space is, right? And then we work backwards. Because if you just take one little step each week towards your goal for this time next year, you will make 52 small steps is going to make a lot of progress, y'all. I'm just saying. So you think about where you want to be. And as you're even now for your businesses, thinking about where you want to be this time next year, we're going to take advantage of all of the speakers, all of the information, everything that's going to happen over this conference. And we're going to think about that for ourselves. So that's our first tip for our strategic plan and strategies. Growth. Okay, so here's the second thing. So the second one, you ready for this? Because look, I got fancy with y'all. You ready for this one? Diversify your network. That is so funny to me because some of you are like, I saw that coming. But you think I'm just talking about black and white. For those of you, shout out to everybody who participated in the early registration, the pre-conference event that we had on Thursday. I kicked it off myself, my business partner, Jim Franklin. In case you didn't know, I'm a black woman. And he is not black, okay? It's okay. We're allowed to say this. He's a white man. He can come to the cookout. He is certified, all right? And so he and I, we've developed this series where we talk about diversity and inclusion, equity. I mean, we became real friends, so we had to deal with some real stuff. 2020 pushed us to that, right? But I'm not talking about just diversifying your network by adding a white man to your squad. That's not what I'm saying, even though gang. You understand what I'm saying? But I am saying let's make sure that this network, I know all these people and they know me, have substance, have value. If you don't have access to these people in your network, if you can't get something of value from them, you just got a lot of friends on Facebook. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, okay? But that's the truth. And so now this is the season where even today from this conference, wanted us to think about making real relationships. And I think I see that on the tags, like Debbie's email and stuff, building relationships that matter. That's what we have to think about. Within that diversifying your network, it needs to be switched up a little bit. It needs to be adding some variety, adding some color, adding some expertise there that allows us to gain and benefit from that. All right, so here go our possible. Boom. You ready for the possible? This is our 2.5, our 2 and a possible. It is, look up to who you're looking up to. Can we talk about it? Talk about it. Sorry, y'all. Stefan forgot to tell you I do karaoke in my meantime. Pandemic A almost took a sister out, so I had to diversify my skills, okay? All right, so here's the next thing. I really always encourage my audience and my followers to look up to who you're looking up to. Sometimes you don't even realize how much you've moved forward, that the people that you were looking up to, you outgrew them. We're listening to and letting people hold us accountable to outdated stuff. We up here, they're there. You can't go from millions to billions if they're not in that space that we can continue to glean from. And some of us have people right around us that we're looking up to, we don't listen to. So sometimes we need to refresh those relationships and benefit from them, okay? All right, so look, I ain't really breathed since I've been talking to y'all, and I just hope it's funny. But I need you to prove it to me that you have gotten from this by taking a picture of that box and tagging me. So before you go, please, before you go, y'all ain't going nowhere. We just getting started. I'm the one that's going somewhere. Before we go, please, make sure that we take advantage of this moment. This is for us. This growth mindset, going from millions to billions. How many people knocking on your door asking you want to grow? Because they sure didn't come to my house. CVMSDC have positioned us. They've gotten the best. Have you seen the line up of speakers, y'all? Pew, so that we can benefit from this. We want to go somewhere. We want to change the trajectory of our business this time next year. Let's get to it. We want to diversify our network. Let's start here. We got amazing people. We're all in the same space. This is where we can do it. We want to hold some of those people accountable. Do it. After this conference, do it. If they're not bringing value, we might need to shake the tree around here. Okay? All right, so please do me a favor. In the chat, I asked that we put my telephone number in there. Please send me your email address. I would love to stay in contact with you. Yeah, that's why I want your email address. I'm trying to figure out why I want your email address anyway. My marketing team told me to say it. I'm trying to level up right before your very eyes. So in that, you can send me your email address, but if you text TTNY to that telephone number, which hold on, 855-773-1094, then we'll send you back a freebie. So I already have this freebie that's a This Time Next Year guide for planning your life, your personal life, making it much easier. It's just overwhelming in some cases. But if your business, if you want to do that too, you just kind of swap some things. Where do you want to be in your sales? Where do you want to be in marketing? Where do you want to be in your network? Where do you want to be in your social media presence this time next year? And let's do something each week to get there. That's our growth mindset. We own one, y'all. I hope to see you all again, kicking off another conference. And I don't want to have to be traumatized to have good material for you, okay? I'm coming next time with nothing bad happening. But I am so glad to be able to entertain you all today. I am comedian Allison Moore. You were watching Verizon Wi-Fi with a little bit of Cox because I asked them next door, can I tune in? So just so I would not lose y'all, I'm nervous, okay? Thank you so very much. I'm gonna turn it back over to you, Stefan. And shout out to, I don't know how to really do an ending on a virtual. So you can, is that good? Okay, we good? Toodles.